Jump scare.
Halloween again, in it. And this year I've been to Poundland, I've been to B&M Bargains, and I've been to Flying Tiger, and I've got some interesting items to parade in front of your faces, starting with spider. Yes, you can't go wrong with a big fat creepy spider for a Halloween decoration. Blah, 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 is the noise this makes. And a pretty high quality one, this from Poundland, Creepy Town. Look, you can stretch all the legs, they don't snap off or anything. Yep, good quality bulbous spider. But wait, there are ethereal secrets of the void contained within. Yep, it's one of those things where you squeeze it and... oh, God. Well, that was a bit broken. Hang on, let's do it from this end. Creepy. Oh, I didn't realise this. Look, it's got a bit of sort of glitter or something to it, but also it's all in segments, so it looks like weird eggs or something. Ugh. Oh, God, that's like a bloody Bloodborne villain or something, isn't it? Oh, dear. It's creeping me out slightly. Right, you go over there. Actually, go over there. We'll just pile them up at the back, as oft we do. And I'll quickly show you this spider cat toy. Vibrates. Oh, I didn't realise it vibrates. How does that work? Oh, my God! Oh, right, we'll look at that in a second. How exciting. Action feature. But yes, anybody who grew up in the UK in the 80s is probably saying now, hey, that looks a bit like Drut from Trapdoor. And yes, that's why I bought it, because Trapdoor was the best. And look, if we pull this, it will apparently vibrate. Wait for it. Yeah, they weren't lying. Hang on, let's take it off this. I want to see if it'll dance around a bit. Dance for a spider. It just sounds like one of those really old petrol lawnmowers you're desperately trying to get going and it just won't start because the battery's knackered. But your dad's moaning at you and saying, there's nothing wrong with that, you're doing it wrong. No, it's been dead for years. Anyway, enough spiders. It's time for a bag of rats. We may have done this before, but I just love creepy rats. A 6-pack of rats. You see, this is what Halloween decorations are all about. A cheap bag, preferably fastened with one of these weird net-holding things. And inside, yeah, it's just a bag of rats in it. Little plastic rats. Look like they're made of licorice, but they're not. They're made of some sort of plasticky rubber stuff. Yeah, there we are. Cheap and cheerful. What more could you ask for to start off your Halloween display? Heck, I went to B&M and look, they had bags of spooky eyeballs. I just love random stuff in the bag. The best one we ever had, I think, going back many years now, was just like doll's arms in a bottle from Poundland. But whilst that may have gone, spooky eyeballs live on. Ooh, yeah, they're very fragile sounding eyeballs. Why is Edward Woodward here? Why did you hitch a lift with the eyeballs, Edward? Dearie me. Right. I feel like I'm summoning some sort of cat or dog or other household pet to come and attack them, but no. Hallow Screams. We've got Creepy Town and Hallow Screams. I don't want to think about that. But the main thing is, you can still buy lots of cheap decorations in a bag. That's what we like. Tell you what else we like. Wait for it. Flocked owls. Haunted house. Yep, it's a flocked owl decoration. This is showing up very black on the viewfinder. I think you're probably not going to be able to see any detail on that, but you can take my word for it when I say it is flocked. You know, it's got that, they've stuck a load of slightly soft stuff to it. There's a hole in the bottom where it was blow moulded, I suppose. It's got eyes. I can't quite get... Why is it flocked? Why did somebody see this sort of owl thing? You know what that owl needs? It needs to feel very slightly fluffy. Don't know. It just seems conceptually strange to me. Unlike, of course, bloody Gonks, which are conceptually wonderful. What is it? We've had like 3-4 years of bloody Gonks now. God, I may have shown this exact one. I don't know. This is a hanging Gonk. Presumably it'll come along and hang you if you don't submit to the Gonk code or something. But yeah, witch Gonk. So it's got like hair as opposed to moustache. Although it still looks a little bit like one of the dwarfs from Lord of the Rings or something. Pointy hat. And this... clothing. I mean, I hesitate to call it a dress because it's just kind of an umbrella thing hanging down, but yeah, there we are. These gnome things that are now called Gonks for some reason. Do you know what? I actually got an actual Gonk from the 70s just to show you what Gonk used to mean. See, that was a Gonk, There he is, little Art Garfunkel looking motherfucker. But, yeah, now they're just gnomes. See, this is more interesting somehow, isn't it? Bright eyes, getting you a copyright strike. Shut up, Art. Right, next up, a heart. But a vaguely realistic looking one. Ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-dum. As beloved of Kanos everywhere. Yep, this is a heart from Flying Tiger. And it's pleasingly squishy. It also does quite a lot of heavy pulsing, but something very tactile about this. I like it quite a lot. We've got to remember the parts of the heart now. Is it the left atrium and the right atrium? The left ventricle and the right ventricle? That'll be the aorta, won't it? Shatner's bassoon, you know, all the important parts of it. Spoiled for me slightly, though, by this, to put the sort of tag on. It's not like you're going to be hanging it from your neck or something, isn't it? I may snip that off at some point using the power of scissors. But overall, really like that. A little bit different. Also, not something I was expecting to see in Flying Tiger, which tends to have quite, if you've ever been in one of these shops, it has quite a sort of soft aesthetic. You know, there's always quite cutesy stuff and things like that in there. But nope. Massive severed heart. Is it? I feel like it's too big for a human heart. Maybe it's a cow's heart. Dunno. Hobgoblin's heart? Half-troll's heart? I've got no idea. But here's another thing I bought from that shop, and it was too expensive, frankly. It's a big skull! I mean, I'm going to be honest, you probably noticed that bit. It's very, very... Goodbye, owl. It's very, very devoid of detail. It's very smooth, with a sort of dirty wash on it. Yeah, it's got the black eyeballs, and it's got a hole in the chin for the motion detector. Yeah, wait for it. It has 3 different little programs it runs through. This is number 1. The motors are whisper quiet. Right, what's program 2? Slightly shorter on that. And finally... I thought there was a theme to Inspector Gadget for a minute. Do it again, go on. Inspector Gadget. Oh no, okay. That's like Inspector Gadget meets the Addams Family. And there you are. Those are the 3 things it does. I think that's what the kids may describe as a little extra. Do you know what I mean? It feels like it's extremely loud, actually. You probably can't pick that up through the mic there, but yeah, it's not a quiet thing. I've got to try and turn it off without setting it off. We failed. One thing I do like, watch the eyes. When you turn it off, it doesn't just immediately cut the power. It has a little shut-off thing where it does close the eyes. But yeah, it's a cool enough thing, that. But it was £15. £15! If that was in Poundland, that'd have been like £8. 7, maybe even 6 or something. But yeah, 15 is a bit... Ooh, a little bit pricey for that, for something of such relatively low sculpting detail. Although it does scream your face off, so I suppose if that's what you're after, there you are. Oh, look, everyone. It's a colourful skeleton. Hello. His head's not very colourful, that's just grey. But the rest of it has this weird metallic sheen. You know why I bought this, don't you? Looks like a bloody Terminator. It's given it a metallic sheen. Look, it's after Sarah Connor as we speak. But it can't do much about it because only its legs move. The arms don't move at all and the head's kind of wobbly. Does the head come off quite easily? Nope, that's going to physically break it. Okay, yeah, it's just a cheap hanging skeleton, but in an inexplicable colour. An inexplicable colour. I'm going to say that again because that felt weird when I said it first. Yeah, it just makes it look like robot skelly. And whilst I have nothing against Terminators, obviously, why would you? Why wouldn't you like robot killing machines that will exterminate you on sight? They're great. But, yeah, I don't know. Is that a real Halloween-y feel? But anyway, it reminded me of a Terminator, so it's in the video. That's the important thing. This is always fun. Look at this. He says, dropping it and picking it up again. Colour hairspray. Washes out easily. And there's somebody who's used a little bit in the spray. I was just looking at it from there and thinking, hang on, they haven't used the bloody hairspray. See lid for colour. I'm guessing green. Yes. A little bit of interesting finance for you here. So I bought this one this year, not realising I'd actually bought one a couple of years ago. Look at that, pretty much exactly the same. Slightly more rounded lid on the old one, less translucent top, so I think they're kind of technically the same colour plastic, but one's thicker than the other, so it gives off a slightly different vibe. But wait for it, this year's one has 51 grams in, the one from a few years ago, 85 grams. Oh! You see, they're selling it for the same price, but can't provide as much. It's inflation for you, innit? Anyway, there's nothing quite as much fun as spraying your hair a funny colour. Boo! So, Halloween then. Do you like scary movies? I hope so, because we're bloody making one. It's called Turn Back, and it's a modern folk horror film where the story is told backwards. We are super excited by this one, and it is on Kickstarter at the moment if you want to help us make a proper spooky film. The spirit of Black Shook would thank you. But it can't because, you know, it's like a sort of ghostly devil dog thing, and thanking people isn't really in its remit. And of course you can get super cool rewards. Not just standard Blu-rays, but also really nifty horror-themed repaints of action figures of me and Dan Nerd Cubed. And also our super cool VHS-style box set containing all three of our films, not only in their original pin-sharp versions, but also proper VHS-looking versions that have been recorded to VHS and then digitised again. Plus, I mean, just look at this box. This is a mock-up, but it's going to look a lot like this. Exactly like something your dad taped off the television in the late 80s. And then you probably taped over with cartoons and he was really angry because then he couldn't watch, I don't know, the Formula 1 or whatever. But yes, look at this. Look at it. Ha ha ha. It's just a mock-up though that's going to have 3 discs in it ultimately. Obviously, because there's 3 films. Anyway, if you'd like to join us on this cinematic journey, pop on over to turnbackmovie.com. You know, the one that's written on the screen right now. Right, time to go back to the Halloween gubbins. Jump cut. It's a hand. It wasn't very obvious, that one, wasn't it? A hand with a chipped fingernail. Not Poundland's fault. That happened when I was carrying it on the way home. It got dinged by something else in the bag. But yeah, it's like a hand in a weird position. Is it supposed to be like doing a spell or something like that? Ooh, that was a good noise. This week on percussion, that crap. Yep, it's a spooky, scary hand with massive fingernails, very spindly fingers. And it says on it, it's just a bunch of Hocus Pocus. It's an odd one, that. I wonder if it was something to like put jewellery on or something, but no, it's just scary hand. And I gotta say, it's bloody expensive. It was from Poundland. I think it was like £6 or something. May have even been more, actually. I can't remember, but it was at least £6. I remember thinking, that seems like the sort of thing which should be £2 or £3. But there we are. It's just a bunch of Hocus Pocus. A very generic sort of thing at the bottom. Copyright Disney? Oh, shit! As in the film Hocus Pocus, or the recent sequel, I suppose. But I didn't even realise it was supposed to be a tie-in. It wasn't literally until I just looked at the bottom and said copyright Disney. That's why it's expensive, isn't it? Because they're having to pay bloody royalty fees. How odd. That's one of the most weirdly subtle branded items ever. Isn't the whole point of paying for the branding that it's not subtle? I don't know. But there we are. I'd love to know how many of these they've sold, because they're kind of creepy in a bad way. Do you know what I mean? So, go over there. Don't want to look at you anymore. Because now it's time for the inaugural, wait for it, Doom. 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 Yep. Battle of the Halloween Crackers. Which gives you better crackers? Creepy Town, which is Poundland, or Hallow Scream, which is B&M Bargains. Oh, I believe they were approximately the same price, so we're going to put them head to head. And I've got to say, starting off, the Hallow Scream ones, there's a bit sort of better there, isn't it? Because they're larger and have prettier decorations on, whereas these are more sort of repeated. But of course, the proof of the cracker is in the internals. Because, of course, Halloween crackers aren't really a thing. They're Christmas crackers, but... oh my God, I couldn't get that off. We're just going to take the 2 left ones and the 2 left ones out of here. Here we go. And we are going to play off. We shall begin with Poundland, because, frankly, they're the ones I love the most. Wait for it. Snap existed. Wasn't crazy loud. It was all right. Right, quality of internals. We have shitty paper hat, of course. Wait, let's see if we can get a bit of the quality from it. Oh, it's ripped already trying to open it. That's not a good sign. God, it's so thin. Yeah, that's... yeah. Yep, very weak hat. Hat is weak. Oh, we've got a little weird bat thing. Oh, I quite like that. Yeah. Okay. Okay, yeah, a bit of detailing to it. Yeah, novelty's not bad. Not bad at all. And the joke. Why didn't the skeleton go to the party? Because he had no body to go with. That barely works. Get over there. Right, joke was weak. Let's try this one. Ooh, much better snap. Right, it's winning on the snap. What's the hat like? Ah, I stuck to it. The hat seems to be very, very, very similar. Oh no, it's even worse. Do you see that? It just ripped when I was trying. It's all stuck together. I keep licking the things. I can't open it. And oh man, I thought that other hat was bad. That's worse. Good grief. Right, joke. Oh, the joke is on slightly cardboardy sort of paper as opposed to the thinner one of the other. Not that matters. What do you get from a pampered cow? Spoiled milk. That's not a Halloween-related joke. That's just a general joke. Also, look at the design on the Poundland one. Being much better there. And... well, a shitty little sticker of the design off the front, but much smaller. Does it even... do you even stick, bro? Did you skip adhesive day? No, it does stick. There's no competition there at all. The bat is a million times better. Interesting, but we'll go on to round 2. Oh, that was a much better snap that time. Oh, that was just a weak one, right? The snaps are now about equal. Right. In this one, we've got, a spider ring. Spider ring. No. It's bad enough that we've just put the Spider Cake song on Spotify. I'm not joking. Yeah, little creepy thing. Okay, down with that. What is this? What does the fastest witch ride? A vroom stick. Right. That's exactly the same hats as last time. But, there we are. That one I haven't actually destroyed openings. That's crap hat. Right, and finally, what we got in this one? Ooh, yeah, snap not quite as good there, but still good. They've had better snaps because their first snap worked properly, whereas that one kind of didn't. Oh, golden hat, look. Oh, a little bit of metallics to it. And, yep, the only one I haven't... I'm genuinely not doing it on purpose. That's unbelievable. All these hats were shite. The B&M one's slightly worse. Right, the joke is, what do you get from a... Focus, thank you. Deep breaths, everyone. With me, ready? In and out. In and out. Nothing more infuriating than repeated cracker jokes. And then you just got that. Well, a Poundland have won that one hands down, I think. Although the cracker outsides themselves are less impressive, the internals are better. I mean, you've got proper little shitey prizes, which is what you want from a cracker, as opposed to stickers and repeated jokes with no designs on them. Well, there we are. Well done, Poundland. 10 points to you, and I hope you go on to win the school cup. Right, one more thing to show you before we go, because I did kind of love it quite a lot, actually. It's a Dracula mask with goggly eyes. They had several goggly-eyed masks, but this was the best one, I think. Poundland again from good old Creepy Town. Googly eye mask. They ain't joking. You can kind of see with it on as well. You can sort of see through these bits there. It's quite well designed. But what I liked about this was, right, it's £2. Not that much money in the scheme of things, but really solid. This isn't like one of those thin plastic masks, because this is incredibly thick plastic. Like, this will survive probably, I don't know, a nuclear apocalypse. And the eyes sticking it well and look interesting. It's all a bit of fun. Painting's effective. I really like that. I think for sort of a £2 cheap Halloween mask, I don't think you're really going to beat that, unless you want to go the different route with the sort of rubbery ones or whatever. But as they go for rigid Halloween masks, this may be one of the best I've ever seen. Well done, everyone. That's what we like to see. And even though I said finally, I've just remembered I've got something else. The Golden Skull Award. I think it's supposed to be like a sort of mummified skull, but it's kind of on the wonk. It just looks sort of undetailed. I think it's actually a specific look they've gone for, but it hasn't kind of worked. The main reason I kind of want to show you this, though, is this is actually a pretty good purchase, right? Because the skull's a bit crap, but this thing's rubbish. Just this bit of stuff around the bottom to sort of give it a stand. Just looks cheap and awful. But you pull that off, you've got quite a nice actual wooden stand here on the bottom, and I'm not going to be able to remove that without some tools. I think I can actually. Can I? No. I'm probably going to break it. I'll be good. But the top dome is actually glass. So if you are a crafty person, or you just wanted to display something in a case like this, that's a really cheap way of getting it. Just, remove that crappy bit at the bottom, pull this bit off, remove your skull, put what you want in it, and away you go. And it looks pretty good without the stand on, to be honest. Yeah. For you crafty types out there, I think that is a pretty nifty thing. And I've just realised I've got something else. I've forgotten the salt and pepper shakers from Creepy Town. Look, they're 2 pumpkins. A sort of red one and a white one? That's not how pumpkins go, is it? I don't know. Yeah, okay. I mean, that is a bit more orangey, I suppose. Are white pumpkins a thing? I'm not enough up on pumpkins to know, really. Oh, there's a bit of moulding damage there. Or, well, glazing damage, I presume. Yeah. And these were super cheap, and just put your salt and pepper in them. Simple as that. The weird thing is, I would have thought the salt would go in the white one and the pepper in the orange one, but it seems to be the other way round, for this has more holes, which implies pepper, as we all know, and the salt one actually only has 1 hole. I mean, I know it looks like there's 2, but I can see from this angle that one of them is completely filled up with glaze, so that is not going to be running anything out, unless you poke it through with the end of a fork or something beforehand. But if you do that at home, remember not to swallow a little bit of glaze. Remove that before you continue. And oh, yeah, that's caused damage, that. We'll turn around that way. See, I should have inspected my salt and pepper shakers before I went. But I quite like those. It's not something I've seen in Poundland before. A sort of little bit of a cruet set for your spookinesses. Why are the tops gold? We don't know. And more to the point, we don't care. Anyway, that's enough of that for another year. Pretty good haul this year, I've got to say. I had quite a lot of choice of stuff. There are all sorts of interesting bits. Halloween videos have been getting more and more difficult because they just keep repeating the same stuff over and over. But this year, I did go to extra shops, which helped, but Poundland themselves had a lot more bits in as well. Excellent. It's a good time to be buying crap for Halloween. And if you're wondering, did all these shops have the Christmas stuff out at the same time as the Halloween stuff? Yes. In fact, a couple of them actually had the Christmas stuff out before the Halloween stuff. Time means nothing anymore. Subscribe for more.